Welcome to Play Ball at Home, presented by Scott's. I'm Carlos Peña. Mother's Day is coming up on Sunday. Who better to have with us this week than a mom? Not to mention she's one of the greatest pitchers in softball history. Let's catch up with Olympic gold medalist Jennie Finch. All right, Jennie, thank you so much for joining me. As we move forward to celebrating Mother's Day weekend, I want to talk about your mother. How much of a role did she play on your love for the game and in your life?
My mom, she's my rock. She's my backbone. She had still does have a huge impact on my life. But ironically enough, she was the sports nut in our family. And so she was the one walking into Dodger Stadium with the radio so we could listen to Vince Scully in our seats and hear his play-by-play analysis along with watching the game. And she was a diehard Laker fan as well. So she bled blue with the Dodgers, and then we were always watching Laker games. Sports was always on in my house. She's a true competitor. But for me too, especially as I became an athlete, she was just my rock. Always just that constant, steady support system that I knew I could always count on. And she was always there for a hug no matter what happened. And I'm so thankful for the influence that she had in my life. And she played softball in high school too. So it was pretty special to be able to play the game at that next level and have the opportunities that she didn't have for myself and my career. And now young girls have even greater opportunity. It's really exciting.
That is awesome. We know that moms do give the best advice. For me, the best thing she ever told me, honestly, was, you know what, son, I love you no matter what. And for me, that was very special because at the beginning of my playing career, when I was in Little League, I wasn't that good, Jennie. I used to strike out 3 times every single time we have a game. And my mom was right there just telling me, son, I just want you to go out there and have fun. What was the best advice that your mother gave you?
Oh gosh, I think so much advice, but I think again, like you said, just that consistent, unconditional love that you knew was there for you. And then when I think as I got older, for her, it was like, Jennie, let's just take it one day at a time or one pitch at a time. Don't get too far ahead of yourself. I remember when we got the schedule after I became a mother in 2006, and here I had my son Ace, and my husband, he played baseball, so he was on the road, and I just made the Olympic team, and Ace is not even 2 years old, and I look at the schedule and I'm like, there's no way. And I just remember looking at her and she's like, Jen, we'll get through this. We'll get through it. We'll take it one day at a time. We'll get this.
Jennie, I'm a father of 3 kids, and you are a mother of 3 kids as well. And your kids, all of them play. Did they pick up the game right away? And how much fun has it been going through the process of seeing them develop into the players they are today?
Oh, it's so fun to see them find their passion, I think. We started them out at T-ball, all of them. And, my oldest, he was always around Casey, my husband. And so he wanted to play, and he always had a bat and ball in his hand. And then my other 2 youngest kids, Diesel and Paisley, it was so fun just to see them follow Ace, our oldest, and want to play and want to compete. And then as they get older, it's the best to be able to look back and just sit back and see them fall in love with the game. And, whether they continue or not, I know that, those life lessons that we were able to learn through the game, I know that they'll be better people because of it. And I'm so thankful.
But you have also given a lot of your time to the next generation of other kids, to just teach them about the game. What has inspired you to give so much of your time to these young kids?
Being a female athlete, I looked up to the Dodgers and the Lakers, and I just remember anything that I heard, or the back page of Sports Illustrated, or you never really heard much about female athletes. So anytime that I got a hold of any information or article, I was like a sponge. I wanted to know everything, and I remember being inspired by the '96 Olympic team. And I think being able to be a role model and being able to share what we've learned through the game is one of the greatest gifts there is. And to see young girls be passionate about the same game that you love, and it's amazing to be able to, I think that's the best part about having the gold medal, is being able to share it and hopefully inspire the next generation and hundreds of thousands of other young girls to go after their dreams and pursue excellence on and off the field. And I'm just so thankful to see how far we've come in sport, and to see that the future is so bright for us as well, and the next generations.
All right, Jennie, so we got some kids that would love to get a tip from you. You've been with us before and stand up to the show. Are you ready to help some of these pitchers?
I'm ready. This is the best. I love seeing pitchers and athletes on their journey.
All right, well, first on our list is Marina. What do you think?
Marina, oh my goodness. Okay, so I loved her explosive leg drive. I think she can get a little more in her hips if she opens and closes. That's where, Carlos, you know just as much as I do, we get so much power from our waist down and our hips and our legs. And then if we could try to keep that glove arm on the power line. I know, Carlos, you could say too, our non-dominant side is just as important as our dominant side, right? Because that affects the movements and the order and the sync of everything. So keep that explosive leg drive. Make sure you close those hips, stay on that power line, and finish strong. Don't slow up at the end. The end is the most explosive part of our pitch. So we don't want to slow up. That's when you're creating that torque and that spin and the speed, and you're transcending the power from your body to the ball. So really firm front side, snap through, big strong finish at the end. Good job, Marina.
Yeah, it comes from the bottom up, right, Jennie? From the bottom up. I like that.
That's right.
How about Jada, our next pitcher?
Yes, Jada, I loved her explosive finish. Her resistance off of that front side is so good. Just like hitting, Carlos, we got to get that front side down, and then that's what we resist against, is that front side. And so I think we can get a little bit more from her start to get more behind her pitch. Like we talked about in hitting, we take a load, right? You get loaded to get everything behind your swing. Same thing in pitching, you got to do the same thing. So you really got to get down in those legs to start, and then take a little pause, and then get everything you have behind your pitch. But I love her good fast arm speed. Arm speed is ball speed, so we want to keep those arms flying and get a little bit more behind it from the start. But good job, Jada. Thanks for sending in your video.
Yeah, that's pretty good, Jennie. Like crashing against that front side. Really, that's what happens there. And then our final video is from Mia. What you got here, Jennie?
Mia, again, I loved her resistance. Again, like we're talking about crashing against that front side. I like the term crashing. That was good. Good form. I think we could just speed it up, amp it up to that next level. Just like anything, our body, the speed of our arm and the power of our body, we just got to pick it up and push our body to the max. I think so many athletes are so much stronger than they even know, right? So it's kind of cranking in there, digging in that gut and cranking it up to that next level. But her mechanics are good. Let's just speed it up and create more speed and more power. Again, she can maybe use her glove a little bit more, some hips. I think that hip action of opening and closing will allow her to get a little bit more power. But overall, good job, Mia, and great form. I loved it.
Great job, Mia. Look, Jennie, this is great advice. I really cannot wait to see what these young pitchers do with your tips.
We've talked pitching today, but what about hitting? Don't worry, check out our Play Ball at Home Drill of the Week for all you hitters.
All right, guys, so I have this drill for you that's really going to work your legs, because as you know, hitting starts from the ground up. It's extremely important to have strong base. So all you need is an old towel and your regular bat here. You can do this in your living room if you have to. You put the towel down, and then I want your back foot to go on it. All right, so here's your back foot, and you're gonna get on your regular stance. This creates a very unstable situation for you. You're gonna have to really stabilize yourself with that back foot as you load. Your back leg is working really hard. You can get a workout. You do a couple reps right here, just loading and kind of just hanging here while staying stacked and under control and with balance. Very, very important. So it looks something like this. You can do reps this way. 1, get back here. 2, hold. 3, 4, and so on and so on. And you do 10 at a time. Guys, when you get back on regular ground, you're gonna feel like a beast. You're gonna feel so strong and so stable that when you load, you can just hold this position for a long time, recognize pitches, wait, and go placata on them.
Thanks for joining us on Play Ball at Home, presented by Scott's. Make sure to watch MLB Network Saturday morning to see more with Jennie Finch and also Indians pitcher Carlos Carrasco.